Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a new pick a card reading all about your month of February of 2024, and we're also going to be diving through the astrology, like the new and full moons and the energies that you can expect through the month of February. But before we dive into today's pick a card reading, I first wanted to give a huge shout out to Keen, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. If you have not heard of Keen before, they're essentially a huge online platform full of psychics and spiritual advisors that are there to answer your life's questions. A couple of the things that I really love about Keen is the fact that they are online, so no matter where you live in the world, no matter what time it is, you can log on and browse through available psychics, and they range from different prices, and you get to choose the amount of time that you spend with your psychic. My personal experience with Keen has been great so far. I've had a couple different psychics predict some really accurate things for me when it came to my business and also my love life, but I highly recommend trying out a few different psychics before choosing the one that you spend your most time with, because every psychic reads a little bit differently, and if you want to find the ones that really resonate for you and go into detail for you, I highly recommend trying out a few different ones before choosing that one that you spend your most time with. And if you are interested in giving Keen a try, you can use my link trykeen.com/gem to get your first 5 minutes for only $1. And again, that link is trykeen.com/gem to get your first 5 minutes for only $1. And thank you so much to Keen for sponsoring today's video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into our astrology. And there's timestamps linked down below if you want to skip over to the pick a card reading, and I'll see you there. So let's talk about the new and full moons that we have happening during the month of February and what those energies are going to be bringing for you. So on February 9th, we have a new moon happening in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. And this is an amazing time for innovation, making new friends, socializing, and even stepping outside of your comfort zone. Aquarius embraces its uniqueness. The energy that this new moon brings is a new energy for us to step into, especially when it comes to embracing who you are, who you want to be, and who you want to become. And this is embracing all those little quirks and all those little things that make you you without feeling like you need to suppress any of those things in order to fit in. This new moon really helps you step into your authenticity, and it helps you with innovating new ideas. So if there's something that you really want to do and maybe you're trying to figure out exactly what that path looks like, the new moon in Aquarius is amazing for figuring that out and figuring out the details of that and laying out the ideas, laying out the plans, and finding new ways of accomplishing different goals and tasks. And this new moon is going to be making a square over to the planet Uranus, and Uranus helps us with making change, but the fact that this is squaring our new moon and Uranus is being in the sign of Taurus, this creates this sort of resistance when it comes to us maybe thinking like, oh, I should be more practical, I should be more realistic, and maybe I'm noticing that there's certain material or physical restraints on me when it comes to me embracing my new self, me embracing my authenticity, and me moving forward in my plans and ideas. You might find that you reach resistance when it comes to the money that you have, or the other material things that are in your life, or your current job, your current career, or things like this. But since this new moon is happening in Aquarius, again, it's helping us bring that innovative energy to figure out how we can overcome those certain resistances that we have in our life, those current challenges or restraints that we might be feeling when it comes to stepping into your authentic self, and when it comes to innovating and planning out what you desire and making plans to reach your goals. This is again helping us innovate and work around maybe some of those resistances that we've been feeling. And next, on February 24th, we have our full moon, and full moons are amazing for shedding the old. And this full moon is happening in the zodiac sign of Virgo, which is very detail oriented. It likes to figure things out, and it likes to get itself together. This is an amazing time for looking at the different areas of your life where there might be clutter, or there might be different things that are sort of just nuances getting in the way, or other stuff that's building up that we haven't taken care of and maybe we've been pushing it off. The full moons that happen in Virgo are amazing for getting stuff done, putting out all those fires, catching up on what you need to do, and also becoming a lot more put together, more detail oriented, figuring out your life and getting really organized. Virgo is also the sign of the healer, and it's also very mystical as well. So this can be an amazing time as well for healing old wounds and allowing yourself to overcome those other things in your past that might still be holding you back. The energy of Virgo really helps you heal and let go of those things. It's also an amazing time for nurturing yourself. And then Venus and Mars are again going to be conjunct during this full moon, but they're now going to be in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. And this is really helping us bring our passion with our action. So if there's different things that you want to start moving ahead on when it comes to all that Venus energy, which is love, beauty, and money, the planet of Mars helps us take action towards that. And being in the zodiac sign of Aquarius, all this Aquarius energy is very innovative, and it helps us come up with ideas and action plans that maybe we haven't thought of before. Maybe we haven't considered certain ideas before, and all of a sudden they're now coming to us and we're like, oh, light bulbs going off, light bulbs going off. That is that Aquarius type of energy. And since we have Mars and Venus conjunct, that's a really beautiful aspect. And then during this full moon, it helps us release and let go of anything that is no longer serving us. It helps us catch up on those different things that are maybe accumulating for us. And now we get to move ahead and feel like we have a clear, clean slate to move ahead on. So during this full moon, I highly recommend taking the time to catch up on anything that's building up, maybe even doing like a spring cleaning and cleaning out all your old junk, or just getting more organized. That is so perfect for this Virgo full moon. You have no idea. It's going to be amazing for all of that type of energy. If you get inspiration around this time to like reorganize, get things together, and really catch up on things, that is going to be the perfect time for this. And I would highly recommend taking advantage of that energy during this time. This full moon is also going to be conjunct Saturn, and Saturn is the planet of discipline and responsibilities. This is such a good time. Like I've said before, this just enhances the time of just being responsible in your life, catching up on those things that you need to catch up on, getting reorganized, getting your life together. And the amount of flow that you are going to get in your life after this, especially since we also have all of this energy of Pisces, because the sun is in Pisces, Saturn is in Pisces. This is going to allow everything to start flowing for you. If you feel stuck in any area of your life, go and organize that area of your life and catch up on any of those things that have been building up on the side. And as you do that, you're going to notice that everything starts flowing in, and certain manifestations are going to start flowing in for you as well, because the planet of Saturn always rewards us when we are being responsible, when we are being disciplined, and when we're using our willpower and focusing on all the things that are going to help us move forward in a big way. Saturn will always reward you for that. Saturn is like the planet of maturity and being really mature, getting on top of things, really handling stuff. And as you do that, you will find that different manifestations really start coming in for you and flowing in, because you're taking advantage of that Saturn energy and honoring that energy at this time. So those are the astrological different new and full moons that we're going to be having during the month of February. I highly recommend setting a reminder in your phone for those different dates, taking advantage of the energy during those times, and let's go ahead and dive right into our pick a card reading. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we have a new pick a card reading all about your month of February of 2024. So if you are curious what you can expect happening in your life during this next month, this is the right video. I'm going to be connecting with Spirit today to ask for information for your highest good at this time, so that you can be better prepared for what you can expect during this next month. If you are new here, a quick little explanation about how this video works. I have 4 different groups in front of me. Over here we have group number 1. This pile is associated with the crystal Scolecite. So if you are drawn to group number 1, that's going to be your pile. Group number 2, we have a piece of Peacock Ore. Group number 3, we have some rose quartz. And then group number 4, we have some gray peach moonstone. And check this out. It has a blue flash. It is so pretty. I was so drawn to that crystal today, and I just felt like it needed to go on group 4. And those are our groups. So there's going to be timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box, so that you can skip right ahead to your personal reading once you decide what your group is. If you want to see a close-up of the other crystals, we have a piece of rose quartz for group 3. Absolutely beautiful raw piece of rose quartz. Group number 2, we have this beautiful, like extravagant piece of Peacock Ore. And then group number 1, we have this gorgeous piece of Scolecite. this crystal actually helps you sleep. And if you have insomnia, put this crystal under your pillow because it will help you sleep at night. Anyway, those are our crystals and our group options. Again, once you're done choosing your pile, there's going to be timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box so that you can skip right ahead to your personal reading for the month of February. And I will see you in your reading. Okay, so my group number ones, if you chose this pile, this is going to reveal your month of February. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So first off, we have Page of Wands being reversed and the Strength card upright. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and the Eight of Wands being reversed over here. And ooh, I am getting such a message for you about you wanting to gain better control of your spending habits, for one, when it comes to just buying stuff on a whim and then just being like, oh, let me get that, or seeing something really nice and being like, oh, I'm gonna spend money on that. I feel like you're really more focused now on wanting to save your money and get to a really good place when it comes to just having a more secure foundation with your finances. So I feel like you're making a whole new plan with that. And whenever we have like the Page of Wands being reversed, and then also with this Nine of Pentacles being reversed, you might be feeling like you're surrounded by a lot of stuff lately, and maybe you're wanting to do some kind of spring cleaning, letting stuff go, and feeling a little bit more clean and airy and bright, rather than feeling like you're surrounded by like clutter, or you're surrounded by a bunch of stuff that's like reminding you of like, oh, I bought all of that stuff, and do I ever use it that often? Do I really need it? You know, I feel like you're doing this huge clean out. And the Strength card as well coming up, I feel like you want to feel more empowered, and you want to feel more patient when it comes to your decisions, the things that you're doing in your life, and just having more patience in your life in general. So that's coming through as well. The Five of Pentacles being reversed is an amazing position for this card because it indicates that you're getting to a much better place financially, also with your health. So if you have been experiencing different things with your health and you want to just feel better, this is an indication that you are putting in practices that are greatly going to help your overall well-being and your health and your financial health and your mental health as well. And Strength card indicates that your mental health is getting to a much better place as well. So if it comes to things like, you know, just being able to process emotions, or to be patient, to feel really comfortable standing in your power and just being where you are and feeling like you are strong to kind of make it through anything. That is that Strength card energy. And the fact that we have that upright, this card is like really sticking out to me in this reading. It's also a major arcana card, and it's our only major arcana card here. This indicates a major life phase for you. So right now, I just see you making big shifts when it comes to your decisions, when it comes to the things that you do, especially the things that you do on a whim, or habits that you're trying to break in your life right now. The Strength card indicates that you have everything that it takes to kind of push through with these new habits and to make it through anything, to kind of rise up into your power. And then the Eight of Wands being reversed, you are slowing things down rather than rushing through things or feeling like you are rushing through life or feeling behind and feeling chaotic. You're really getting centered in the month of February, centering your energy, centering how you take action, being so much more patient and calm with yourself rather than rushing. Page of Wands being reversed, Eight of Wands being reversed. There's been this chaotic rushing energy in your life, and it's maybe made your head spin a little bit, where our memory, we're getting brain fog. There's just way too many things to remember, and we're forcing ourselves to kind of just rush through it. And I feel like it's just, you're feeling like you want to get grounded, centered, strong, patient, with a lot of willpower and feeling on top of things. And that is what you're moving into. That is like going to be a main focus for you for this next month. We also have the card of trust. I feel like this is being able to fully trust in yourself and trust in your future rather than getting caught up in like a whirlwind of worries. Being able to trust in yourself, trust in the process, and to trust where you're going. Perhaps trust is a big theme for you in other ways as well during the month of February. Learning how to give out trust, learning when to trust, when to create proper boundaries in your life, and all of that. We also have bondage. This is the energy of breaking free from other things that you are tied to, feeling tied to certain belongings where it's hard to get rid of them, but you know it's just causing clutter in your house. The bondage card would indicate that this is your month of learning how to break free. And the fact that we have trust and bondage, there's certain things that maybe you felt bound to because it was kind of scary to step outside of your comfort zone. Maybe it was scary to trust the process of your future. And so we felt bonded to our worries, or we felt bonded to certain behaviors and things because we didn't feel comfortable stepping out into the unknown. But this is a month where I just see you filling yourself with so much more strength to break free of things that have kept you stuck, to break free of things that aren't serving you anymore, to kind of step into more of your freedom. We also have the card of compassion. Ooh, I am seeing so much self-love within this card and self-care. Like, I'm seeing you adopting like a better like skincare routine because maybe you're just wanting to glow a lot more. You're wanting more calmness, patience, ease, tranquility, and self-care in your life. And I feel like that's something that you are fully going towards. And I also think that you might be having a change in your values. Like maybe you placed a lot of value on the things that you had and you always felt like, oh, I don't have enough, or I need to get all these other things before I can feel good. But I think that you're realizing like even though you buy this stuff or like are surrounded by all this stuff, maybe it wasn't bringing you what you thought it did. And now it's more like, let me practice patience, self-control. Let me get my habits and values straight, and let me just focus on self-care and making myself feel really good. Both of these cards as well, the hair is really sticking out to me. Like perhaps you're going to do something where you want to focus on your hair health, or you're wanting to do something different with your hair to just get more of that just self-love, to feel pampered, to feel like glowing or whatever. And that could be something that you are focused on, but in a very, it's not an impulsive decision. It's more like, you know what, this is the right decision. So it's not acting out of impulse, right? With your care routines and other things like that. It's things that really will bring you value long term. Anyway, we also have the card of timeout, awareness, contemplation, solitude, and time alone. Oh, I feel that for you. So perhaps you're going to be saying no to certain things, like certain other commitments that you've made. Maybe you're just wanting more time to just reflect, gain your own inner strength rather than feeling like you're caught up in that whirlwind. This is that energy of being able to have courage. Strength card is courage, to say no and to perhaps just like not feel obligated to have so many things going on at once. This is your month of taking some time away. Maybe you're even going to take some time off, some much needed time off in this next month to regather yourself, to rejuvenate, and to just take some time away. Or perhaps I see you maybe canceling plans in order to have a little bit more alone time this month, which I think is going to be very beneficial for you. We also have Song of the Siren, so there's definitely a calling coming in. You have a calling, and maybe you feel it deep in your heart, a calling to maybe declutter, reorganize. So maybe you might be canceling certain plans because you're like, I need this self-care, and I need this reorganization. I need this like time to regather myself and to rearrange myself. I feel like there's a rearranging happening this month for you, and there's just such a call to do that. And I feel like you're going to feel quite inspired around that. And there's been certain things that have been uninspiring you lately. So perhaps maybe you felt uninspired by like, all the clutter that's around, or having too many options when it comes to your clothes, or having like way too many other obligations going on. And this is just that decluttering, this saying no, simplifying your life, and that type of energy. We also have Wave of Power. This is calling your power back, a surge of power, an upswing in energy, and exhilarating movement. If you have felt a lack of energy, Page of Wands being reversed, if you have felt a lack of energy, the month of February is going to bring an upswing in energy. And I really feel like it's because of all of this like rearranging that you're doing and this new inspiration that's coming through, but it's like a redirection. It's also interesting that you have the Scolecite pile because this is associated with sleep. This is the crystal that also helps overcome insomnia, and a lot of people with insomnia will put Scolecite under their pillow, and it helps with getting a good night's rest and getting enough REM and deep sleep and recovery and all that kind of stuff. This is the crystal that helps with that. And so it's interesting that we have this wave of power which is re-energizing, and the Page of Wands was reversed here, which was kind of making me feel like maybe your sleep hasn't been that great lately, and especially with Five of Pentacles even showing up in this reading, perhaps you just have felt a lack of energy or a lack of inspiration in your life. If so, that is completely changing around, and it's all coming through those things that we were talking about, and it's going to be this surge of energy for you. We also have the card of freedom, independence, and self-determination. Ooh, independence and self-determination. This is a do-it-yourself kind of month, and some people might be like, whoa, like where's this coming from? Like all of a sudden you're canceling plans, you're spending more time on your own, like are you okay? And you're like, I'm doing great actually, I'm doing better than ever because I'm focused on myself, I'm focused on just getting my life together and feeling organized and feeling on top of things. Like I think you're creating new strategies in your life, new paths, new clear directions, and new habits when it comes to, again, like your money, your sleep and your energy, your organization, and just getting things together. And this is like your independent freedom kind of month where maybe you're just rebelling against the old you and sort of doing a little bit of a reinvention, and it's taking some strength, but at the same time, it's giving you a surge of power. It's giving you a surge of energy and just getting on top of stuff. Oh, it's going to be amazing for you. I'm so excited. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into some more cards for you. My group ones, what else do we have for your month of February? Okay, we have raise in vibration, collect to light, release blocks, strengthen and safety. Again, we have a card that's talking about strengthening and raising the vibe, raising the energy. We have so many themes talking about that, of like revitalizing, raising the energy. You might even be doing some kind of glow up, but this isn't a glow up where you're just like frivolously spending or impulsively spending. This is a glow up where I feel like you're looking at everything of who you are and glowing up more internally, like seeing what it is that makes your inner self feel fulfilled and feel like you are on top of things, to feel like you are so put together. This is not just like, oh, let me buy a new outfit because then I'm going to feel more put together. No, this is like, what's actually going on internally, and how can I get all of that going together, and how can I practice self-care with all that I already have, and maybe even minimize that so I don't have like a billion gajillion options that are just making my head spin. Let's consolidate and minimize and simplify things to help me rise up. So that's what we're seeing over here. Diving into our next few cards, we also have the Alchemist. This is making me feel like you're taking what you have and you're finding ways to repurpose it. So you might be taking certain clothes and repurposing them in different ways, or taking what you have and kind of renewing it. So maybe you're going to look at what you have and you're like, wait, I haven't worn that in forever, but that could be my new style. That could be my new glow up. And let me get rid of the other stuff that's like just clutter and not inspiring me, or let me like alchemize the things that I have to be more beneficial for me. That's that alchemy energy that I'm seeing for you, is just this repurposing and renewing. And perhaps like when you're doing this like clean out and this reorganization, you might find stuff that you're like, wait, I forgot I even had that. And I feel like it's just going to be, again, that repurposing, renewing, and that. We also have the Explorer card. This can sometimes indicate that there is an opportunity for travel occasionally, but On another level, it can also indicate that we are exploring deeper aspects of ourselves, discovering new things, exploring new ideas, new realms, new paths. So within your life, I do see you having this more explorative and creative energy coming out during the month of February. You might be trying new things that you haven't tried before and seeing how they work for you, and finding new niches, new interests, new hobbies, or new ways of using the old stuff and repurposing it, kind of like we were talking about earlier. Let's see what else we get for you, my group ones, your month of February. Okay, we also have the Queen of Saintly Women. I'm in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. Wow. Okay. So rather than moving in ways that are like critical or working against you, this card talks about moving in ways that are loving, that are full of compassion, taking action in ways that bring out more love and more compassion. I feel like this is a time where you are wanting to cultivate more self-love, to feel confident and to feel like, oh, I'm the number one person I'm inspired by, rather than feeling like we're always trying to chase after somebody else's like inspiration, somebody else's life. How can we transform ours to be like the most inspiring for us? And this is something that I'm seeing for you. And we also have Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction. Wow. A steel-like faith in yourself. What a powerful card. This is your power up month. Oh my goodness. Group number one. This is such a inner power up. I am so excited for you and what's to come in your future here. So let's dive into our zodiac sign dice. We're going to take this one. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs to be in your life during the month of February. So let's go ahead and see what we get for you. We have Capricorn energy. This could also be a reflection of your own zodiac signs, by the way. And then we also have Virgo. So Capricorn, Virgo, lots of earth energy going on for you. And we also have Libra. Capricorn, Virgo, and Libra energy for this next month for you. The fact that we have a lot of that earth energy coming up, this is that slow moving, kind of more strength type of energy. And it's interesting that we had, you know, a lot of pentacle and a lot of wand energy happening, because this is your re-inspiration, empowering, and more patient, slow moving, determined kind of energy where we're not acting impulsively anymore. We're deciding to move a bit more slow paced, full of energy, full of inspiration, but it's like that long lasting type of inspiration. And that Libra energy, finding balance, okay? And those are also zodiac signs that might reflect people in your life, like people that might be showing up in your life. So we also have Taurus coming up now, along with Neptune. So Neptune in the zodiac sign of Taurus in the first house. The first house is the house of self, and Neptune is this dreamy fantasy. Like, I feel like maybe you've been trying to dream up of like, what do I want my life to look like? How do I want to transform myself? Who do I want to be? Like, this is the month of kind of dreaming up a new version of you and focusing on that self-care and compassion, investing into yourself, right? With that Taurus energy as well. Taurus is connected to the planet of Venus, and Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and money. And Taurus is a very material type of energy. But with the first house, this is sort of more focusing on you as the focus. Investing into yourself rather than investing into things. So how can you invest your time, your energy into building yourself up? And I feel like that's going to be your main theme for this month. And with that Neptune energy, Neptune is connected to arts, fantasies, the media, and things like that. So perhaps you are investing in certain things to help you have that internal glow up here. And that is what we have for your month of February. My group number ones, thank you so much for joining me here today. I am sending you so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group twos, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of February. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, my group twos, we have the Six of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands being reversed over here, which is an amazing position for this card to be in. We have Three of Swords, and then the Ten of Pentacles being reversed. So your month of February, the Six of Wands is an amazing card to start off with because this indicates that we're getting recognition for something that we're doing. Perhaps we've just come across a big milestone in our life and there's other people who want to congratulate us or who want to celebrate us. Perhaps for some of you, there is a birthday coming up or some other type of thing that requires some type of celebration. But the Six of Wands is a celebration of some kind. So the month of February, there will be something exciting coming up for you. And then the Three of Pentacles is working in collaboration with other people. So there might be something that requires you to work with other people. Like this could be like event planning for a really special event, or planning to like surprise someone, or planning for something in your future with someone else, like prepping for something in your future, ideas coming through of like, ooh, what do I want to build? What do I want to create in my future? But this is doing it with somebody else. Who's also in your life. So perhaps you have certain friends who you are making ideas with of like, ooh, let's do this, or let's put our effort in towards that. Or maybe you have a partner and you're planning for your future with them. The Ten of Wands being reversed is this energy like we've been carrying way too much. We've been putting way too much responsibility on ourselves, which this is kind of similar to group number one as well. So if you were also drawn to group number one, you might have a theme in your life of taking on way too many responsibilities, way too many commitments, trying to take on the weight of the world and the weight of other people's stuff too. Like maybe you're really trying to keep up with way too many things. Maybe you live with someone and perhaps you've been taking on their share of chores and, you know, trying to keep up on them because maybe they're not doing it on your schedule, right? That's kind of like something they have to figure out when you live with somebody, is like their timing might be different than yours. And sometimes we get caught up in taking care of other people's responsibilities because it's not on our time. But then again, it's like it's not supposed to necessarily be on our time. So sometimes we just have to relax a little bit. Tongue twister here, but sometimes we just have to relax a little bit and let go. And the month of February for you, I see you relaxing and letting go a little bit to be able to just take a breath of fresh air and not feel like you're carrying the weight of the world and too many burdens, too many responsibilities, too many commitments. The Three of Swords is sort of this like having this release. And I feel like this emotional release is coming through letting go of some of those responsibilities and some of those pressures. Like maybe you have this expectation, like everything needs to be clean, or maybe you have this expectation, like I need to get this done by exactly this time on exactly this day, and this needs to get done here, and maybe it's like too much. And maybe there's going to be this time within the month of February of just this letting go of let's not put that much pressure on myself, on other people, on the way things are supposed to be. And I just see this release, and this is going to be so positive for you, even if it feels negative at the time. Like even if during that moment you're like, why can't things just be easier? Why is this, but this is actually going to be so positive for you in the end because you're taking all this weight off your shoulders. And if you felt like you've ever had like shoulder pain, back pain, arm pain, all of that usually stems from the emotions of carrying too much, metaphorically, taking on too much responsibility onto your shoulders. So that might also relieve headaches and back pain for you. And this is sort of just letting things go a little bit and being able to just surrender to certain things that are too much for us to control. Maybe we're trying to control way too much. The Ten of Pentacles card being reversed here is also beginning to look at where we place all of our value. And I feel like perhaps your values are going to be shifting in the sense like maybe we're like, okay, my home's not going to look perfect 24/7. Or, I can't have every single thing that I wanted. I can't make all the career progress and all the career success all in the same day. It might take a little bit of time and Perhaps I need to work a little bit slower rather than having certain expectations to happen all right away. 10 of Pentacles can also be rearranging your financial security, your job security, your responsibilities, how much time you spend with your family. Like maybe you're also feeling like, you know what, I'd rather just spend time with my family rather than focusing so much on work, so much on responsibilities. And perhaps we're figuring out ways of like balancing our time, our money, our energy, and finding ways to bring in more balance with that. So diving into our next few cards here, let's see what else we have for you. We have unconditional love. I feel like some of you who chose this pile, you live with somebody and you're kind of realizing like, I'd rather just gain my fulfillment by spending my time with them rather than feeling like I need to have this perfectionist mindset of having everything in my surroundings be perfect. I think you're placing more value this month on just being with the people that you love rather than, placing the value on the everything needs to be perfect. Then we also have the card of forgiveness. I'm getting this feeling, the fact that we have unconditional love, 10 of Pentacles reversed, the 3 of Swords coming up. There could be some sort of like conversation that you have, like either with your partner or with somebody that you live with. This could be a family member, roommate, friend, coworker, boss. Perhaps you're going to have some sort of talk with this person about how to kind of solve this conflict that's been going on of maybe you're taking on way too many responsibilities, way too many things, and we're figuring out a way to kind of like let that go and to find more balance. And there's like this energy of forgiveness, this energy of letting go. And I feel like this is also you forgiving yourself for putting so much pressure and demand on yourself all the time. And I see in the month of February, you are making time to just relax, even when it comes to like yourself, and giving time to just let go of this constant focus on what needs to get done, and instead like let's embrace just the joy of living, the joy of feeling connected, the joy of the present moment, whatever it might look like. And we also have the golden path within. Oh, I love that this card came up for you. You are realizing what brings you true fulfillment. And I think a big thing here is it doesn't come from how much stuff I have organized, how much money I'm bringing in, how much success I've had, how much recognition I'm getting. Like it's really more coming from this space. Like your fulfillment comes through this space and working towards, bigger goals and doing so with compassion, with ease, with grace. That's like that real fulfillment rather than kind of living your life in this more stressed out state, because there's always things to do. Like I feel like once you become an adult, you realize like, oh my God, there's always something to do. There's always something happening. And when we can just release that a little bit and set ourselves free, that's so positive. We also have the crane bag. Ooh, so sacred ocean medicine, clutter, declutter, choice. Wow, is that one ever ringing true for us? Oh my goodness. The clutter, declutter, and the choice that we have. Where are we wanting to spend our time, our money, our resources, our energy? Then we also have endurance. Keep going. We have what it takes. You got this, my love. You got this. You can come out the other side just feeling amazing, diving deeper into that unconditional love, more into the energies of peace in the present moment. Like all these cards right here, this is such a positive energy, and I feel like you're realizing how good this is and the ability to let this stuff kind of go a little bit. Of course, it's so positive to also focus on your progress and on financial stability. All those things are so important, but we need to have the kind of balance between that and also living in the present moment and enjoying ourselves in order to kind of thrive, right? And we also have time and tide, oceanic spells and rituals, time and tide. Maybe you've noticed that you've been super focused on time lately. Like, I need to get this done by this time, and this time is this, and then, counting, I've done this responsibility and this, and you've only done it once, and then, I feel like there's been a lot of counting and a lot of awareness on time lately, and perhaps that's been like stressing you out. And this is your sign to let that go a little bit and allow things to come in waves. Allow yourself to relax. That's a huge theme for February. And then we also have divine sensuality, making love, and erotica. So this is getting back into a more passionate state. The unconditional love and passion that we have coming up in this card reading is so beautiful. And the month of February is about coming back to that. And perhaps it's because it is February, and perhaps, you know, it's a month where a lot of us focus on love because Valentine's Day comes around and all of that. And maybe you're realizing like, hey, I just want to focus on the things that make me feel loved, that make me feel amazing, rather than putting so much emphasis on the problems, the responsibilities, the things that we have to do. I remember when I was a kid, and I would see my mom stressing out about everything needs to be so clean and so perfect before the guests come over. And I remember as a kid, I was just thinking like, everyone's seen a bit of mess before. Like, we don't need to like, you know, pain ourselves so deeply to have everything perfect. You know, prior, things can be a little bit like, you know, normal. If that means that we get to be more at peace and we have more time to just love and to be in the present moment. And of course, there's a balance of that because you could go too far in either spectrum. But when we find that balance, that's like, I feel like where humans thrive a little bit. So just random food for thought coming through. But let's dive into some more cards here. Let's see, my loves, group twos. What else do we have? Your month of February. What else can we expect here? We have the card of rest. I love that this card came up for you. This is the card that I feel like you needed in your life. So this is beautiful. Slowing down, connecting to nature, and calming your system. That is your main theme for this next month. You are going to be getting ample rest, letting go of these deadlines, these too harsh of structures and boundaries that you keep yourself in. This is like this, connecting back to nature, connecting back to your own time, your own inner rhythm, the rhythm of life, letting go of that control, coming back to that sensuality, unconditional love, getting back onto your own timing. So let's dive into some more cards for you. I love this. Okay. Let's see. We also have soul work coming up. Soul work. So rather than this work on the external of like productivity, I feel like your month of February is this soul work of like, you know what? Let's find out what really matters. And that soul work comes through rest, rejuvenation, and all those other things. And that is sometimes the most productive thing to do, is to let go a little bit, to relax, to rejuvenate. Rejuvenation is so productive in and of itself, you know, within balance. Then we also have self-love coming through, connecting back to yourself. And, ooh, that's coming through. 10 of Pentacles being reversed can sometimes indicate that we only feel worthy when we're being productive, or we only feel worthy when we're making the most amount of money, or we're placing too much of our self-worth on what we have, or on our productivity, or on our status, on our career. We're placing way too much of our self-worth on those things. I also feel like this month you're going to be working on where you find and gain your own inner self-worth, and giving yourself self-love to relax, to rest, and noticing that, hey, that also is a sign of worthiness, and that, you know, you are worthy of that. Okay, let's see what else we get for you, my group twos. What else do we have for your month of February? We also have the patroness of miraculous healing. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. Oh, and then this card just fell out. We also have the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Yes, your ego is in service of your soul. You're having a switch here where rather than your ego being fulfilled again by all that other stuff, this is more of focusing on your ego being fulfilled through how fulfilled is your soul. And I feel like these types of things give you more fulfillment than the stress and the other types of heaviness that we might put on ourselves. So that's what we have here. There's a huge reset happening. I feel like, and I said this in group number 1 too, but I'm feeling it for you too, that you might be taking time off from work a little bit, or you know, on your time off that you naturally have, you might be more focused on rest, rejuvenation, and not trying to like keep up with the Joneses or keep up with all these different pressures and responsibilities that you might hold on yourself on a regular basis. I think that there's just this more letting go, more relaxation coming through, which is going to be so healthy for you. And then we're going to go ahead and roll our Astro Dice to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs to be in your life during this next month. So let's see who we get for you. These zodiac signs can also be a reflection of your own zodiac, by the way. We have Pisces coming through. Pisces again, so Pisces is a strong zodiac sign for you. We also have Aries. Oops, that one just rolled out of my hand. And then also Virgo. Pisces, Aries, and Virgo energy. You might have these people in your life. You might be one of these zodiac signs, or this could be further talking about the energy of your month of February. Now let's go ahead and roll all these together to get any last information for you. So we have Mercury in Leo in the 8th house. The 8th house is the house of transformation, death, and rebirth, and also the house of joint assets and sex and things like that. So anyway, Mercury being in Leo, Mercury is the planet of communication. Being in the 8th house, you might be transforming your ways of communicating with yourself, your ways of finding importance in yourself. Leo is that importance type of energy, being in the spotlight, and maybe we're like, you know what? Let me transform how I see my own self-worth. Mercury can also be our immediate environment and quick travel and other types of schedules, like scheduling things, writing things down. And there could be a big transformation with that, because maybe you're wanting to feel a little bit more recognition when it comes to the things that you're doing, so that you just feel better doing them in general. And there's also a transformation when it comes to how many things you might put on your schedule. So rather than putting so many things, Leo is like, you know what, let's find where my heart feels most happy. Let's find where I feel like I can be radiant and that I'm so confident in my schedule, and I'm confident that I can get those things done and not be bound by them. There also could be a huge way in how you communicate your needs. So needing help from somebody else. 8th house is, again, joint assets, joint responsibilities. Maybe we're changing, how we speak about those things, because perhaps we haven't spoken about what it is we need to the people around us. Maybe we're not clear about what that is. Maybe we're kind of just expecting that somebody's gonna know, or maybe we just kind of like tell them in passing, like, oh, you should go do this. But maybe we're not actually fully communicating that. So I think there's gonna be transformations on how we communicate, what we need from other people, all of that. So that is what's coming through here for you. My group number 2 is the month of February is shifting things around greatly when it comes to your schedule and the type of pressure that you put on yourself, and just allowing that release. It's going to be so beautiful to have that release for you, to let go a little bit. And there's some kind of success though, some kind of celebration. And I do feel like you're also going to be celebrating the shifting that you are doing as well. But there's also going to be great things to look forward to this month, since we have the 6 of Wands and then the 3 of Pentacles. There's great things to look forward to. And maybe somebody else is planning something for you to kind of like reward you, or to help you feel recognized for your current accomplishments and the things that you do. But there's definitely this sort of planning and celebration type of energy that's going to be coming out during this next month. Perhaps you have an anniversary, a birthday, or something else that's special, a big milestone that you've recently hit that does deserve celebrating. So don't forget to celebrate that, and enjoy yourself and all of that jazz. Thank you so much for joining me here today at my group number 2s. I'm sending you so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group 3s, if you chose this pile, this is going to reveal your month of February. So let's go ahead and dive right in. My group threes, we have the Devil, which is actually a really positive card. I'm actually really excited to get into that one. The Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords, the High Priestess. We have the Two of Pentacles being reversed over here, but then we have the Three of Swords and then the Seven of Pentacles. Wow, what a reading. We had so many cards come out for you. But starting off with the Devil, going into February, this is going to be a very interesting theme, and I feel like you're already feeling some of this energy. The Devil indicates areas where we feel like we are suppressing our true nature, our true needs, what it is that we might really want or who we really are. There's different areas of your life where you might feel suppressed. The Devil can also talk about different addictions that we have that are not good for us. So certain habits that we're becoming aware of that we're like, that's not good for me. That's not a good habit. Maybe I'm stuck in a pattern, a cycle that I don't like, and I know it's not good for me. This is that awareness of, focusing on what are those issues that I have in my life right now? How can I bring awareness to them so that I can let them go? And that's what the Devil indicates. It's actually one of my favorite cards because it's such a freedom type of card, because it helps us see where we're being oppressed, where we're holding ourselves back, where we have those different things that we're chained to that we can now set ourselves free from because now we're aware of them. The Nine of Pentacles is the card of freedom and independence. And as you can see here, she's like dancing. She's like fully out there expressing herself. To me, this card speaks expression, living your authenticity, seeing your self-worth. Whereas this Devil, it's trying to repress all of that, whatever this thing is. The Devil can sometimes indicate a relationship that is being very oppressive, repressive, negative, toxic even. It can indicate thinking patterns, our own limitations that we put on ourselves, our own fears and worries that have been suppressing us and holding us back. And it can also indicate toxic habits or addictions that have been repressing us and holding us back that we are currently chained to. But either way, however this is expressing itself in your life, the month of February for you, oh my goodness, I see you fully focusing on setting yourself free and claiming back your independence and your ability to see your worth, to see your value. The Nine of Pentacles is a card where she is fully basking in her self-love, her self-worth. She sees her value fully and she knows her worth. So she will not settle in relationships. She will not settle in, her path and her dreams, her desires, her career, and all the aspects of her life. She does not settle in that. And she also doesn't say yes to anything that could take away that sense of freedom, that sense of inner power and inner worth and all of that. She knows fully how to get rid of that. And Six of Swords, this is that bittersweet ending. The Six of Swords talks about a very positive, but sometimes a little bit bittersweet ending of something. You are moving away from this in February. However this is showing up in your life, you're moving away from that. And you might be thinking oh, it's sad to kind of let that go. Or, it's, maybe I found comfort there and it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to walk outside of my comfort zone. And that's a little bit bittersweet. But at the same time, you know that where you're going is so much better and you are following your intuition. I feel like you've had this inner intuitive calling for quite some time now, that you've needed to leave this behind and let go of this, and that you've needed to move more into that independence, more of that freedom, more of that expansion. And that's really what you're doing in the month of February. And the Two of Pentacles being reversed here as well. This is balancing out your life, finding balance. Perhaps there were certain things that were a little bit chaotic. Maybe we felt imbalanced because of this. It was kind of throwing us off. It was throwing us off our path. It was making decisions a little bit confusing for us, because this card can also indicate weighing out our options and having to make a big decision. And perhaps it was difficult for us. Or perhaps we felt imbalanced when it came to our money, our energy, and our resources, because we felt restricted and caged or stuck because of this. But February, it's no more of that. The Three of Swords is a little bit of an emotional release and can indicate that perhaps within letting this go, maybe there is a bit of sadness that comes with that, but we know that it's for the best, and we know that it's going to be amazing on the other side. We know that it's going to set us free. We know that it's going to be great. The Three of Swords can indicate that maybe we need a little bit of time to ourselves to kind of like process and to fully just let go. But there's a huge letting go energy. It's going to set you free. It's going to help you find your power. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is planting new seeds and nurturing them to help them grow. So I do feel like there's new intentions that you're going to be laying during the month of February, new intentions that you're planting of like, you know what, I'm going to intend that I'm going to now move towards this, and I'm going to work on this skill, and I'm going to plan for this, and I'm going to start putting my energy towards this and this and this. You are finding new areas to put in your energy, to put your intentions, and it's going to really help you move away from this sort of heartache. Maybe you've even been holding on to a particular heartache where it's time to like let that go. And this month is going to really help you do that. This could also be your own heartache, maybe your own criticisms, that it's time to face that so that you can let that go and step more into your worthiness and step more into that like self-confidence and self-empowerment. Whereas maybe we used to kind of tear ourselves down. It's really time to just let go of that. So it could be all of the above. The next cards that we have wisdom coming through. So there's so much inner learning through this next month. I feel like you're going to be so proud of yourself. You're going to have so many epiphanies and realizations that are coming through that you're going to take with you through the rest of your life, to where you won't need to fall back into any of this, because you're getting that wisdom to really help you rise up in your life. The next card that we have resolution. Resolution is happening. I love that this one is coming up for you. Reaching the conclusions of this old stage, this old phase. And then we also have change, the card of change. This is also our Six of Swords that came up. Both of those cards indicate a shift, a transformation. Change is on the horizon. We're moving towards change. So, wow, you are letting go of a lot. You are breaking free in so many ways. And I love that this is all coming up for you and happening for you this month. So our next card that we have the magic of the Kohellan Druid. Sorry, my pronunciation sometimes butchers things. Caution, secrecy, wary. Ooh. Maybe we have some secret desires that we really want. Secret inner feelings, inner intuitions. The High Priestess can also talk about secrets. So maybe we've had like an inner calling or an inner secret that has kept telling us like, hey, we need to go in this direction. We need to make this decision. We need to do this. We have this like inner intuition that's been calling us in that particular direction. And perhaps this is time that we face the truth rather than keeping things like, oh no, it's fine. Like we might be pushing certain things off, like certain inner callings. We might be repressing that, being like, no, I'm fine where I am. I'm fine where I am. But you know, you have that inner calling that's like, no, you're meant to let that go. You are meant to move on. You are meant to go through this shift, this change. And this is a month of accepting that. The next card that we have is telepathy, nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. This is a very intuitive month for you. And this is also connected back to this card, which is also back to High Priestess, which is very intuitive. This might be a month where you feel a very strong calling. Things are going to become very clear to you about what decisions that you need to make. And I feel like your intuition has been very strong, but maybe we've been denying it because maybe we know that it's going to be bittersweet to kind of like let go of our comfort zone or to let go of what we're used to. But your intuition is speaking to you incredibly powerfully. We also have sanctuary. You are so moving past your comfort zone. Moving out of your comfort zone. I feel like you used to feel comfortable here where things were a little bit repressed, or maybe we were hard on ourselves. Maybe it felt comfortable to be there. But now it's time to like leave that comfort zone. And we also have the mirror, know thyself, self-examination, and seeing who you really are. I'm seeing so much self-worth, seeing your worthiness, seeing all of your talents and skills that maybe you don't give yourself enough credit for on a regular basis. And let's go ahead and get some more cards for you. My group threes, what else do we have for you for the month of February? What else can you expect? What are the other energies that are happening in your life during this next month? So we also have the abundance card coming up and inner authority. Wow. Your inner power. Look at that goddess pose. You are awakening. Trust yourself. Listen to the true self. Trauma versus guidance. So trauma is back to that devil card. The devil card is like keeping us safe by keeping us restricted, keeping us oppressed. But that's not positive. That's trauma. It's not guidance. That's your fears talking. So you might have a lot of fears going through your head of like, oh no, what if this happens? What if that happens? That is trauma speaking. That is not guidance. Guidance doesn't say, listen to your fears, let fear guide you. No, that's not guidance, that's trauma, right? So that's that trauma versus guidance energy. Versus, you know, if you said like, hey, let's learn from it, let's grow, let's see your worth, let's move towards those expansive energies. You know, we can be cautious while moving into expansion. Yes, that's positive, but we don't need to let fear become our guide. If fear is our guide, that's when we, you know, that's the lesson of the devil card. That's when we're letting the devil guide us, because the devil card rules like, you know, fears and oppression and things like that. If we're letting those things become our future, then we're going to stay chained, we're going to stay stuck, versus, you know, seeing our worth, seeing our potential, nurturing our potential, nurturing our growth in a healthy, cautious, but expansive, loving way, right? Inner authority. Your inner authority is coming out. I feel like you're seeing more of the truth and letting go of that old kind of stuck energy. And then we also have the abundance card. So your true nature, gratitude, commitment to goals. Wow, commitment to goals. You are committing to something. You're committing to a much bigger picture in your life that I feel like you've been called to for quite some time. This is your month of committing to that. Wow, 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 wow. I feel like you need some claps over here, my group threes. So let's go ahead and dive into some more cards. It's interesting that you chose the rose quartz, by the way, because I really feel like this is connected to this card right now, because you've needed this sort of self-love and self-nurture in order to overcome this. That's also why we have this Three of Swords coming up. It's a lot of that pink heart chakra type of energy. Maybe you've been repressing your own heart, your own inner callings. But now's the time to have that self-love, that self-compassion to drive you forward, to help support you, and to give you that type of encouragement that you need right now, is supporting that heart chakra energy. Let's see what else we get for you. It's no wonder I wore rose quartz today. Let's see what else we have. My group threes. We also look at more heart chakra energy coming up. We have the manifest card. We also have share wisdom. In order to manifest your dreams, we have to let compassion and self-love be our guide rather than fear and oppression. And then this is also a time where I feel like you're just going to gain so much wisdom and knowledge. There's going to be things that start manifesting for you very quickly as you practice self-love rather than fear. As you change more into focusing on that self-love, I really feel like certain things that you've been wanting to manifest for a while are going to start manifesting in your life very quickly. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. My group threes for your month of February. It's definitely a month of big change. All right, we also have Lilith. Ooh, the rebel coming up. So the first woman, I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Lilith, oh my goodness, she is the rebel that does not care what anyone else thinks. She doesn't care what anybody else says. She does what she wants because she wants to. She does not care about the judgments, the actions or reactions of other people, you know, and she's a little bit more of that rebel, but I feel like you've been needing a little bit of that, my group threes. You've been needing more of that Lilith rebel type of energy. And that's what's coming for you in the month of February is this like empowerment of like, I don't care what anybody else thinks anymore. I don't care what anybody else says about this. It's like, this is authentic to me. This is what I want. I don't care if people laugh at the direction that I'm going in. It's like, I want that, you know? And it's also focusing on not staying in something because it's pleasing somebody else. Lilith does not do anything in regards to like, you know, other people. However, there is a nice balance with this. We're all aware of this, and I feel like you're aware of this too. You know, we can't just solely focus on ourselves with disregard to other people, and that's definitely not what I'm saying in this reading. What I mean is finding that balance of knowing, you know, how to honor yourself, have that Lilith energy of like, let me go build the life that I want to live. You do not need to build your life according to other people. You need to build it for you. And then find the people that are also in accordance with that. Of course, with any relationships, there'll be some types of compromise, but you shouldn't be compromising all of who you are or like the majority of who you are for other people. You're supposed to be building a life that you love. And then conjoining that with the people who resonate with that, right? And who are on a similar energy, similar vibe, similar desire, similar path. So hopefully that's making sense. So that is what we have for your month of February. Let's go ahead and dive into our Astro Dice. We're going to roll the zodiac sign dice 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs to be in your life during this next month. And the signs that come up can also be a reflection of your own zodiac signs. So let's see. We have Aries energy coming up for you. We also have Taurus energy. So a lot of the new beginning type of signs. Taurus is coming up twice. And then we have Leo. Aries, Taurus, and Leo energy. A lot of fire energy coming up for you. And a little bit of that Taurus energy as well. This is very much more of that self-individual type of focus during this next month. And staying fixed on certain goals. That's the energy you have coming up. And those are the most likely zodiac signs regarding people that are most likely going to be in your life, or it could be a reflection of your own zodiac signs or more about the energy that you are going to experience. Let's see what else we have for you here. We have the sun in Gemini in the 7th house. Wow. I actually have that placement in my astrology, which is kind of funny. Anyway, the sun in Gemini in the 7th house. This is a time of focusing on connecting with people who are on a similar energy as you, rather than connecting with people who are on a very different vibe or repress you or not supporting you. This is finding people who have that sort of more equal support, finding who your soulmate, soul tribes are, and connecting with those people. So, wow. That's what we have here. This is also talking about how you show up in the world because this layout is very connected to the Lovers card in tarot. So this can also be dealing with how you show up with yourself to the world or to other people. So rather than wanting to people please or rather than fearing judgment and just trying to fit in, this is an alignment that talks about finding who you really are and having enough courage to show up as that person to the rest of the world and to your close intimate relationships. And sometimes we have the hardest time changing when we're surrounded by people who remember us from who we used to be. You know, when we're around our family and they know who we used to be, a lot of the times when we try to show up as the new version of ourselves, they don't even see that because they still see us as that old person who's done this, who's done that, and who acts in certain ways. And sometimes it can be hard for us to fully embrace our change because those other people still project and bring out that old version of us because they're not seeing our change. But one thing that we can do is communicate, Gemini energy, we can communicate with them like, hey, I've been making this change. And then as our actions begin to solidify and prove that change, then other people start to see that change within us as well, especially if they've known us for a really long time. So that's one of the ways that we can do that is communicating and then showing through our actions that yes, this change has taken place. Like we're different now. This is us. This is who we are. and all that energy. So that's what we have coming up for you, my group threes for your month of February. I am sending you so much love. Thank you so much for joining me here today for your reading, and I will see you next time. Bye. All right, my group number fours, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for the month of February, so let's go ahead and dive right in. My group fours, this is a month of deep focus for you. The Knight of Pentacles that we have here, there's this energy of like dedication, focus, willpower, moving through things and not letting stuff distract you. This Five of Swords being reversed, I feel like you're ready to set things right, especially if you've had any conflicts or any other type of like issues or disagreements with other people, or even a conflict within yourself of like, oh, what do I do? Do I do this? Do I do that? Wherever you've had certain like conflicts in your life or distractions coming up, this is a month where you are fully just getting rid of those distractions. I feel like it's going to be a very productive month for you of getting a lot of different things done, and certain things that maybe we had to get done that were kind of annoying, like, oh, I have to deal with that, or oh, I have to deal with that. I feel like those are just going to like get done quite quickly, quite early on in the month, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful for you. And I also see you expanding out. The Four of Wands that we have being reversed over here is talking about your home life. And since it's reversed, I feel like you're wanting to get out of the house more. You're wanting to spend more time outside. You're wanting to spend more time doing things that are maybe different from your average everyday routine, average everyday responsibilities. Maybe you feel a little bit like bored with your routine and with your current I don't know, average everyday sort of like life that you have going on. And perhaps you're really just wanting to change things up a little bit. And I see you doing that. This is a time of like getting out of the house more, doing things that are going to be new and exciting for you, getting outside of your current boundaries and things that you felt like stuck by. And the Eight of Swords being reversed is so amazing because it indicates this ability to expand and call back more of your freedom rather than feeling restricted or restrained by our life. So if you've ever had an area of your life lately where you felt a little bit restricted, a little bit restrained, maybe when it came to your work or when it came to your responsibilities, your schedule, I just feel that freeing up a little bit more and you just exploring other possibilities, other ideas. And I see that you've been wanting to maybe expand and maybe think about something new. Maybe you've been wanting to start a new path, and I see you exploring what that new path might look like. Sort of getting a sense of what it is. And there's this sense of curiosity that I'm feeling for you during the month of February. This curiosity of exploring new possibilities in your life, what a new life might look like. Perhaps you're preparing for like a new chapter or something like this, or you're exploring what a new chapter might look like for you. Our next card that we have is the card of love. This can indicate nurturing something, giving it what it needs to grow. So when it comes to your new ideas that you're thinking of, your new schedule that you might want to do, a new hobby that you might be trying, you're nurturing it with a lot of love in order to bring that new idea or that new hobby to life. We also have Flame of Inspiration. I see you like seeking out new things that are going to bring you that inspiration, that are going to bring you that new energy. We also have spontaneous and intuitive creation. We have a lot of things that are talking about like this creative, spontaneous type of energy. You've been really wanting to change things up outside of your regular routine. And I feel like you're absolutely going to be finding that in this next month. Maybe you're trying out new hobbies. Maybe you're trying out new interests. Maybe you're seeking out just new things, or you're making the intention like, I want to discover something new here. And I absolutely see that coming for you. I see that happening. You're dedicated to getting things done early on in the month. Then from mid to the end of the month, you're focused on reinvigorating yourself with new inspiration and nurturing something, growing something new, changing up your schedule. But at first, It's like we got to get stuff done in order to get to that sense of freedom. But there's this sense of freedom happening through mid and end of February. The sense of setting yourself free, having the freedom to do what you want, maybe spending more time away from your home. Perhaps you have travel plans during February, or you have other plans to just get outside more, to kind of maybe you work from home and you're like, I want to take my work outside. I want to take my work to a cafe. I want to be out there more. I want to change up my environment a little bit. And I absolutely see that happening. So let's see what else we have. We also have energy field adjustment, aura cleansing, and health. Wow. Energy field adjustment, aura cleansing, and health. Perhaps that's something that you actually are seeking out to do, perhaps like Reiki or like an energy clearing in this next month, or you're just doing that on a more internal level because you're wanting to feel more airy. You're wanting to feel more free, like more revitalized, more energized. We also have the dreams card coming up for you. This could be when we're dreaming up of new ideas, dreaming up a new thing that we can create, something new that we can do, but it can also indicate that our dreams are going to be speaking to us in a very symbolic way that we should be paying attention to. So if you've been having very vivid dreams, or if you've been having dreams that's like, whoa, that's weird, that stood out to me, write it down and look at it in a metaphorical way and see how it's applying to your life, because our dreams come from our subconscious and they can tell us a lot about what we're going through. And this even says vivid dreaming, dream messages, and dream teaching. Our dreams can teach us so much about what's going on in our internal world. So paying attention to your dreams this month is going to be really important. Then we also have experiments coming through. I'm seeing this as you confronting a fear that you might have, like a fear that you're stuck, or a fear that things are going to change outside of your control, or other fears that might be like coming up for you. If you've had certain like fears in your life of like, oh, I don't want that to happen, or like, oh my God, what if this happens, or all of that, I'm seeing this energy that surrendering is going to be so positive for you, and the ability to relax in the present moment, because overthinking has never helped anyone. It does not better prepare you for any outcome. It in fact accumulates more stress and more worry that could otherwise be used to just like move through things if something bad did happen, right? But usually our mind will come up with like worst case scenario, even though the likelihood of that is like not likely at all. So I feel like maybe there's been this overthinking, and this could be what this was right here, this Five of Swords. This could be that overthinking energy where our mind is just like getting the better of us lately. And maybe we're overthinking like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that to that person. Oh my God, how stupid of me. Or like, oh my God, I can't believe this, that, blah, blah. It's like we've been going through way too many things in our head and kind of like overthinking them a little bit. And I feel like it's been like too much. And we have this like shadow figure in both of these cards. And I feel like that's been that overthinking, scary kind of energy. The fact that we have this aura cleansing and health, I think that you're bringing light to that and starting to realize like, hey, overthinking is actually not helping me. It's not helping me get better prepared. It's just making me more stressed out, which takes away my energy, and it takes away my ability to feel good in the present moment. So I think it's going to be really beneficial to start clearing some of that. It is great to think. That's amazing. And it's great to be aware of what could happen and what might happen, what might not happen. It's great to be aware of that. But overthinking does not help anybody. We also have the card of transparency. Honest, authentic, genuine, and present. This is also a month where I think you're just going to open up so much more about you. You're kind of deep diving into realizing these other parts of you, and I feel like it's becoming more conscious. You're becoming more aware of these things, and that's going to help you change them. That's going to help you go through this energy field adjustment of creating more harmony and more inner peace in your life. If you've been having nightmares, by the way, oh my goodness, if you've been having nightmares, that is a clear sign of overthinking that's been happening. That is a clear sign that overthinking has been one of your issues lately, because that is what turns into nightmares eventually. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you, my loves. My group 4s, let's see, your month of February. You're gonna be clearing a lot of that old gunk, a lot of that old ish from your life. We also have Reclaim Power as your focus card for this month of February, as your main theme card. So this is willpower, inner strength, self-mastery, and healing victimhood. Self-mastery, your ability to control your own thoughts, to control your own feelings, your own mind, your own energy. This is gaining back that willpower, having that inner strength to overcome whatever these things are. Maybe you have to confront something this month, and maybe you have to confront it within yourself, or maybe you have to confront something with somebody else who's filling you with a lot of pain, a lot of worries, a lot of anxiety. Maybe we're needing to confront something with them as well in order to clear our energy, to clear our mind, to free up our mental capacity so that we feel like we can have our foundation back and our focus back. And it's also going to be a time of expanding yourself into new exciting things. Getting rid of distractions, and this right here has been a distraction. Whatever this sort of worry or thing that's been stressing you out, whatever that was, it's time for us to reclaim our power, confront that and face it so we can clear it, so it's no longer just sitting there bothering us, and then we can move forward. So let's go ahead and see what else we have for you, my group 4s. We also have withdraw, so taking some time out to reflect, to heal. That's going to be a theme for you. Withdrawing from your regular, maybe routine, your regular schedule. We have a bunch of cards that just came out now. Let's see, we also have the void. If you've been feeling like something's missing in your life, this is your month of contemplating how you can begin filling that, how you can find that sense of fulfillment again. We also have movement. So if you felt stuck by anything, this is the month where things are going to get flowing again. Higher perspective. A situation that's maybe been confusing for you, that you're like, why is this happening? Or how did this even happen? How did this get created? You're going to gain your answers for that this month. All of a sudden those realizations of, oh, now I understand the bigger picture. Now I understand why this is happening, why that happened, why this person did that, why all of this is going on in my life. That higher perspective is going to come to you. This is also a month of play, coming back to fun and excitement. There could be a new hobby that you get interested in this month as well, and weaving a new story. Weaving a new story and cutting yourself free from things that you no longer want to be attached to, things that you no longer want to have in your life. Let's see, any last cards before we move on to our Astro Dice, my group 4s. Any last cards before our Astro Dice? Let's see, we have Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. My courage gives birth to the divine. Your ability to have courage when confronting things this month, your ability to just have the courage to believe in yourself is going to allow miracles to happen in your life. That's the thing. Your ability to just be strong and have that courage is going to invite in miracles to happen. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised that things that you maybe worked out to be bigger in your head, when you finally go to confront those things and face those things, you're going to realize that it was nowhere near what you built it up to be. Okay. Then we also have the Goddess of Sanctuary. And this card says, no matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. You create your own inner peace by focusing on your own inner self, your own inner emotions. You're in control of yourself at all times. We might not realize that we are, but we truly are. And you are your own sanctuary, and you create your own sanctuary. It's not something that's found outside of you. And that's like a huge, beautiful lesson within that card. Then we also have the green Tara, the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs me every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. So you might feel at conflict with facing certain things or having certain confrontations because we're like scared of, it's like, well, I don't want to hurt somebody, or I don't want to act mean, or whatever. That might feel out of character for you, might feel wrong for you. But the thing is we can also act from a place of our heart. Even when we have to confront something negative, we can still approach it from a place of love. We can still approach it from a place of compassion and understanding. And I feel like that's what the green Tara helps teach us, is doing what your heart truly compels you to do. Your soul will inform you through every step, whether it feels right or wrong, right? And you get to decide, because your soul will tell you, it's like, oh, that feels wrong. It's like, okay, well, don't do that then. But then if something does feel right and you hear something like, wait a second, that feels more in alignment, it's like, okay, that's the step. That's where we should go. So the green Tara helps inform us of those things. Next, we're going to go into our Astro dice. We're going to take the zodiac sign dice. We're going to roll it 3 times to get the top 3 most likely zodiac signs that are going to be in your life during this next month. So let's see what we get for you. We have Taurus energy. Taurus has been showing up for a lot of people in this month. We have Gemini energy, Taurus, Gemini, and Aries. Aries has been showing up a lot too, I feel like. So those are the top 3 zodiac signs. They might be a reflection of people that you know. It could also be a reflection of your own zodiac signs, or more about the energy that you're going to be experiencing in this next month. So let's go ahead and take all the Astro dice now and see any last messages for you. So we have Mercury in Aquarius in the 7th house. The 7th house is the house of relationships, other people. It's also the house of marriage, business partnerships, and all of that. Could also indicate the public and how we show up to the public eye. Mercury is our communication. Aquarius is the energy of like innovation, new ideas, being yourself, being unique, and all of that. So Mercury being here, I feel like there's a lot of communication that we might have to do with certain people in our lives, the business partnerships that we might have, or our close relationships, or our partner if we have one. There might be certain things that we need to communicate, and we might need to do some out-of-the-box thinking to help kind of maybe solve and resolve some certain things, to gain a mutual understanding of both people and to kind of harmonize our relationships. But I do see harmony happening in your relationships, reharmonizing things, especially if there's been any misunderstandings, miscommunications, or just needing to get on the same page. I feel like that's going to be one of the most productive things that happens for you this month, and I feel like it's going to help bring you together and bring you closer with more ease and understanding in your relationships. But communication is going to be such an important thing in those close relationships this month. So that is what we have here for you. My group number 4 is, it's a lot of like getting stuff done, finding your new niche that you want to be in, confronting those negative things so that they can finally be over and out of the way and they're no longer bothering you, getting that higher perspective of realizing why they happened in the first place, and then spontaneous and intuitive creation with more of that flame of inspiration. So tons of positive things coming and miracles coming as we face and overcome those current negative things and move forward. So all that redirection is going to be so positive, and I absolutely see miracles happening out of that. And this energy of like, oh my God, I would have dealt with that way sooner if I knew it was going to be that easy and turn out that good. That is the energy that I feel from this. So that is what we have here. Again, thank you so much for joining me here for today's video for your month of February. I'm sending you so much love, and until next time, bye.